Hey everybody, it's Jenny from Handmade Papercraft. Today I am working with Whimsy stamps and I am using the Love Australia stamp set. So I'm using the little Koala today. This stamp set is raising money for Wires, which is an Australian fundraising company who raise money for all of the animals and things that were injured through the fires, and they also look after all of our animals any other time as well. Alright, so I've got this image printed out onto some Express-It blending card. The reason why I've just taken off both of my lids in the background there is because I just had to refill one of the markers, and I always leave the other end of the caps off so that the marker can re-equalize. Alright, so I did print out a couple of images. This is an A4 sheet of paper. Whenever I'm printing out digital stamps, I always print out a few. So I have printed out a couple and I will be using the other stamps later on. So I'm just working my way through colouring in this gorgeous, gorgeous koala. I'm just using some of my end markers for the grey areas, and I'm going to work my way through. The paper that I will be using for my card today is the Papercraft Australiana Paper set. Papercraft is an Australian company, which means that they can design all of these fantastic Australia-based papers, and they were just perfect for this card. So I'm looking forward to getting to the card making and sharing all of that with you. So I'm just working my way through the airs, giving them a nice flicking, and then blending all of that out. You may have seen a couple of weeks ago that I did the koala, the kangaroo, sorry, down the bottom. I didn't get a chance to edit this video yet, so it hasn't gone up yet. So feeling a little breathless today. Not sure what's going on there. Alright, so blending out all of that grey area and then colouring in his little nose. And now I'm going to go through and colour in all of the leaves. I'm using some YG markers and some G markers as well. And then just blending that back out. And then I will work on the tree stump, or the tree branch I should say. And I thought he would be cute with some little blue eyes, so I've just added some colour to his eyes as well. So now I'm just going in and putting all of those colours down onto the branch and then working my way through and blending all of that out. I'm using some of my E markers, this E74, E77 and E79. It's one of my most used brown blends as I use it on a lot of my hair. I'm going in and adding some details using the Uniball white gel pen in the broad. So this is my image all coloured up. Alright, so now we're going to run the image through the Sizzix Big Shot using the Spellbinders Nestabilities Labels 18. I knew some of the image was going to be cut off, so I've just used my EK Success scissors to fussy cut that area and pull it over the top of the die. How beautiful are these papers? Really, they're just amazing. Really, really happy with the way that they're turning out. I've also used some of the sentiments from the stamp set. And I'm just fussy cutting all of the eucalyptus leaves out. Trying to layer everything up. I found this piece of paper in the paper pad, which has got all of these little logos and things like that on it, and I thought they were really cool. So I'm just using this New South Wales one, which is where the state that I am in, and where all the fires have been in my area. So I thought that would be really cute to add onto the card. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the layout, so now we're going to start adhering everything down. So I've also got some brown cardstock down the back behind the patterned paper, which I believe is from American Crafts. Just layering up my sentiments as I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to put them. So this way I could play with both of them at the same time. And then I'm just adhering everything down, just using some Helma liquid adhesive. This is the acid free. And then we're going to layer everything down. Cutting off what we don't need, all those extra little leaves. I apologise, I've just pushed my card to the bottom of the screen. I don't like zooming out too much because then you can't see what's going on. I'm going in with some Nuvo crystal drops. This is the dark walnut. And I do leave this overnight to dry before I go back in and start working on the inside of the card. And I've got this die from MKCompactaCN-BK, which is more of the gum leaves. So I'm just going to go through and cut some of those out and then just adhere them all together. I'm adding in a little rectangle of white cardstock and adhering everything down using more of that liquid adhesive, and I'll be adding on some more of those Tonic Studios Nuvo drops. Patting them down so they get that dome effect. And again, I will leave those for a couple of hours to dry. I'll pop them onto a Kucha Creations card base, and then they are done and the card is ready to go. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all soon.